The billionaire and the street mother. The city was alive with noise. Hawkers shouted, trotro mates called out destinations, and car horns blared in the endless traffic. Sitting quietly in the backseat of his luxury car was Mr. Kwaku Mensah, one of the wealthiest men in Ghana. His face, however, carried no joy. At 55, Mr. Mensah owned companies, skyscrapers, and estates. His name opened doors everywhere, and his bank accounts overflowed. Yet, he felt an emptiness money could not fill. His wife had died years ago, leaving him with only one son who studied abroad. Family dinners were silent, and his mansion echoed with loneliness. As his car crawled through traffic, Mr. Mensah leaned his head against the window, lost in thought. Then suddenly he saw something. On the dusty pavement by the roadside sat a young woman, barely in her 30s, holding a frail little boy in her lap. Her wrapper was faded, her slippers torn, and her hair untidy from long days in the sun. But her eyes glowed with a quiet strength. She broke a small loaf of bread into pieces, dipped each piece into a bowl of watery soup, and carefully fed her son. The boy ate greedily, chewing fast, his ribs visible through his thin shirt. What caught Mr. Mensah's heart was this. Though her own stomach grumbled, the woman never took a bite. Instead, she smiled each time she placed bread in her son's mouth, whispering, "Eat, my son. Tomorrow will be better." Mr. Mensah's throat tightened. "Driver, stop the car," he ordered. The driver hesitated. "Sir, this area is not safe." "Stop the car," Mr. Mensah repeated, already opening the door. He stepped onto the roadside, his polished shoes sinking into the dust. People turned their heads in surprise. What was a billionaire doing here? The woman quickly pulled her son closer, her eyes widening in fear. "Good afternoon, madam," Mr. Mensah said gently, lowering his voice so as not to frighten her. She clutched her son tighter, thinking he was coming to mock or chase him away. "Good afternoon, sir," she answered nervously. Mr. Mensah looked at the boy, then at the food. "Why aren't you eating too?" he asked softly. Her lips trembled. She lowered her eyes. "A mother must eat last," she whispered. "If the food is not enough, let the child eat." Something broke inside Mr. Mensah. In her simple words, he heard the truest definition of love. "What is your name?" he asked. "Akua," she said quietly. "And your son?" "Kobe," she replied, stroking the boy's hair. Mr. Mensah knelt down on the dusty ground, ignoring the stares of passers-by. He looked straight into Akua's tired eyes. "Madam, you have given your son a gift greater than money. You have given him love and sacrifice. That is something even I, with all my riches, cannot buy." Akua's eyes filled with tears. "I only want him to have a chance," she whispered. "A chance I never had." At that moment, Mr. Mensah made a decision that would change all their lives. He stood and extended his hand. "Come with me. From today, you and your son will not live on the street again. I will help you, not as charity, but because God showed me something in you today." Akua froze, unsure if she was dreaming. People around him whispered in shock. But Mr. Mensah's eyes were sincere. Slowly, trembling, she placed her hand in his. That evening, Akua and little Kobe entered a mansion they could never have imagined. Clean clothes were given to them, a hot meal placed before them, and for the first time in years, Akua ate until her stomach was full. She wept silently as she watched her son laugh with a mouth stuffed with food. Mr. Mensah sat across the table, smiling faintly. "From today," he said, "you will have a home, and Kobe will go to school. I will take care of everything. All I ask is that you keep loving him the way you do. That love is more powerful than all the wealth I own." Akua couldn't find words. She simply bent her head, tears streaming, and whispered, "Thank you, sir. May God bless you." Years passed. Kobe grew up in the best schools, excelling in his studies. He became a brilliant young man, winning scholarships and representing his country abroad. Yet he never forgot the dusty roadside where his story began, or the billionaire who chose to kneel before his mother that day. And for Mr. Mensah, the emptiness in his heart slowly faded. For in giving a chance to a poor woman and her son, he discovered the wealth he had been missing all his life, the wealth of love, family, and purpose. Moral: true riches are not measured by money, but by the lives we touch with love and compassion. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.